Hey guys, we're back with another map for Wrecking Ball. At the end of the last video, a lot of you guys said they want to see Junkertown next, so that's what we're doing here. We're starting with attack, and then we'll do defense after. So when attacking first point, and you come out of spawn, there's two rollout. You can go top left and over, or far right. Down mid doesn't work so much, that's just a big feed. And then the one that everyone does around the silo, it's decent, but it's not great. So the slow one down mid, you go up and just through the building and then over the fence. You can scout around and wait for your opportunity to either boop them straight through and slam, and your team on cart can shoot them. Or if the back line is playing on this back spot, you can grapple through and slam them. Your team, if they're over there and any of the high grounds, they'll have a crossfire. You don't want to go too early before your team's even ready, or else you're just getting getting no value on your slam. And the other rollout is to come right side. You come a far right. You can hit a wall jump and you can hide on this roof. You can wait for your team to start pushing the cart, and when you see the opportunity, you can drop and boop through them, slam them, do your damage. When you get behind them, you can also grapple up this roof and slam through over it. I don't know why you do this over booping through, but if you're ever in a scenario where you pressured someone and end up behind them or something, you can do that. Alright, so you won your first fight. Now your cart's under a bridge and they've backed up to that corner. What you could do here is retake high ground as always. High ground is your friend always. A lot of times it'll be like a DPS that comes up here late trying to get a flank. You can easy slam off and shoot them, and they're probably feeding. Easy clap. But if not, then you come behind them and either they're holding on the staircase or right there. So you boop through this lane or through the wide lane. It doesn't really matter, just whichever one you see better targets. You can also do this little thing, roll up, jump off the roof and slam. Same thing as booping through, except it's just a slam instead of a boop. Now no, Junkertown is a sniper map. There are so many Widowmakers, Ashe, long range DPSs are really good. So as Ball, that's your job. You're the best person to pressure them. So if you see one far over there, you can come down, kind of hide under this ravine all the way around, and then we're going to use a Widowmaker as an example. Pressure her, she grapples away, slam. Or if you're low ground, you can wall jump this and slam her. If she's holding by sign, you can wall jump and slam that. It's kind of high, but you can just make it. If she's holding a window, you can't make that the same jump, but you can grapple to jump high enough and slam her window. If you're not comfortable with wall jumping, then the rollout would be under this little bridge, grapple that little window, and you have a perfect swing all the way through, swing, slam. Normally, the last fight always ends up being right here, like they just touch the last second. And so here it's just kind of like a normal fight. You can boop them. There's you can wall jump off the gears. You can shoot them, just do your normal stuff. It's a really good wide open spot for minefield. Once you cap, they will have far spawn most of the time. You then roll out to their old spawn and you hide in this room. They will be coming out of spawn and going to set up on that high ground most times. And now you're right behind them. You're already set up for next fight, and you can boop them off or have a quick slam on them. It's disruption, slam, set up for your team. You can boop them off. Even if they don't go off, then you get booped to the next section. If you weren't lucky enough to get that setup where they held up here and they held aggressively and had that really cancer setup hold where your team's just there and they have like 2 or 3 people on the corner and 2 or 3 people on the high ground and then your high ground, and they're like super split, you gotta pick one of the bunkers to focus with your team. You could boop the low ground one, sure, why not, but it's always better to high ground, and if there's an Ashe or something playing up here, get them first. And then after you clear out this high ground, you can drop boop to displace this bunker a lot. And then the people, if they're holding up here, which is really annoying, it's hard to push through. You flank, you try to boot them into your team past the choke and then slam them. That can still not be enough a lot of time. So a lot of times you might have to minefield here. Boop them, get behind them, boop them, minefield, boop them again with the reset, and it just shuts their bunker up. Even if it doesn't kill them, they'll be forced to drop off the high ground. And then if you win that corner, you have the second corner. It's just kind of, you keep your high ground. You flush out the Ana, the DPS, anyone trying to contest high ground, pressure them as much as you can. High ground is yours. You rule it, and then you can slam or boop their team after you do your first job. And third point, it's literally just spinner. The spinner is your best friend. if you're not on the spinner a lot, you're probably doing something wrong. Because from the spinner, you can be on every height, all around the whole point, pressuring attack or the defense. If you're on attack or you're on defense, you want to keep this high ground to disrupt them. The only things he's special about this is bulk and wall jump these little edges to take high ground without needing to grapple. If you can't, it's fine, just use your grapple and just keep from your high ground, shoot them, boop them, nothing special. Alright, now defending A, or first. Come up here, you jump on this, and this vent right here you can balance on. When you balance on it, you're set up for when they come out. So you can be up here, balance yourself. It's kind of hard, you have to like keep pressing W and then your strafe keys to balance on it. Once you get balanced, you can turn. You can see their door as they're coming out, watch them, and a lot of times a widow, an ash, someone will come up to this top right, and when they do, you slam them. Either kill them and now you have this high ground, or if you can't, you just run away. But if you do, then you can boop their top, or go through their bunker, slam them as your team's on that high ground, so you can have a crossfire on them. And then this first point's kind of the same as on attack. You rule this high ground, you keep pressuring from the high ground, from an off angle, slam their like you're on high ground, so just wherever the bunker is, and your team is ready, you slam them, you boop them through. If a Hanzo or some DPS tries to get up here, you slam them and kill them. If someone's trying to flank, you kill them, or pressure them so they don't flank at least. The Widowmakers that always like to come up this top far back ledge, they will do a lot of damage because they're super far away. No one can do anything about them, but you can wall jump this pretty easily and slam them, pressure them. If they have a mercy with them, might not kill them, but keeping pressure on them so they don't farm your team is the best thing you can do. Now, second point defense is kind of the same as attack. You just rule the high ground, pressure them from the opposite angle, and when you have your opportunity to slam them, and you do that. But yeah, you always want to be above them, behind them, being an annoyance. Pressure their DPS, their snipers, do whatever. If you get really pressured out here, you can quickly tightrope across and you're out, safe. If I make it on that first corner, you still want to stay on the high ground and make sure no DPS takes this high ground. Keep pressure on it. And then third is the exact same as attack and defense. Stay on the spinners, pressure them. There is one thing you can do on defense here. If you get help, if you're holding them close, and this drop out of the window can be very difficult to get through, you can hide right under here, and as soon as they do jump out, you can boop them. Psst! Join the Discord so that you can vote on what map I do next.